A warm welcome to all our viewers tuning in today. Remember, there's a world of content waiting for you, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Today we delve into the fascinating world of karmic justice, a concept as old as time itself. Consider the case of Jeremy Clarkson, a man renowned for his outspokenness, who has recently been beset by health issues. It's interesting to note that Clarkson's troubles coincided with his relentless vitriol towards the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Now, we're not suggesting that there's a direct correlation, but it's a curious observation nonetheless. In the grand scheme of the universe, it's often said that what we put out there comes back to us. In Clarkson's case, his constant negativity towards Harry and Meghan, his unending stream of disparagement, seems to have boomeranged back onto him. Karma, as it is often understood, is not about punishment or reward, it is about action and consequence. It's about the energy we put out into the world and how that energy, in turn, affects us. In this context, could Clarkson's health issues be an unexpected consequence of his actions? This isn't just about Clarkson, though. It's a wake-up call to all those who engage in relentless negativity, especially public figures like KINSEY Schofield and Dan Wootton, who have made a habit of criticizing Harry and Meghan. As they continue their barrage of criticism, seemingly oblivious to the potential consequences, one can't help but wonder, are they setting themselves up to face their own twist of karmic justice? As we observe Clarkson grappling with his health, it's worth pondering whether his relentless disparagement of Harry and Meghan has returned to haunt him. A cautionary tale, indeed. As we move forward, let's remember, our actions, our words, they all carry energy. And in the grand scheme of the universe, that energy has a way of coming back around. In the end, perhaps the price of hatred is simply too high. Moving on, let's consider other figures who have consistently criticized Harry and Meghan. Notably, we have KINSEY Schofield and Dan Wootton, two individuals who seem to have made it their mission to incessantly critique the royal couple. Schofield, a commentator known for her acerbic analysis, and Wootton, a tabloid journalist with a flair for the dramatic, have both relentlessly pursued Harry and Meghan, seemingly oblivious to the couple's decision to distance themselves from such negativity. Harry and Meghan, in their quest for peace and privacy, have made it abundantly clear that they wish to remove themselves from the very toxicity that Schofield and Wootton seem to thrive on. They've stepped back from royal duties, moved across the pond, and have actively sought to carve out a more serene existence for themselves and their children. Yet, Schofield and Wootton continue to hound them. Their criticism is unyielding as it is unwarranted. It's an interesting dynamic, isn't it? Here we have a couple who have chosen to step away from the limelight, to focus on humanitarian efforts and to raise their children out of the public eye. And yet, they are continually pursued by these self-proclaimed critics, who seem intent on dragging them back into the very maelstrom they've sought to escape. One can't help but wonder why Schofield and Wootton persist in their attacks. Are they simply chasing the sensational headlines that Harry and Meghan's names invariably bring? Or is there something more at play here? A deeper, more insidious form of negativity that they are unwilling or unable to shake? Whatever their motivations may be, one thing is clear. Harry and Meghan have chosen to distance themselves from this negativity, to seek a life that is free from the relentless scrutiny and criticism that these detractors seem so eager to provide. And yet, despite Harry and Meghan's disengagement, Schofield and Wootton continue their onslaught, seemingly unaware of the potential repercussions. The consequences of relentless negativity can be far-reaching and often unexpected. It's a truth as old as time itself, yet one that we often ignore. There's a certain thrill that comes from pointing out the perceived flaws of others, a rush of superiority that can be intoxicating. But the price for this intoxication can be steep, and it's one that's often paid in the currency of personal well-being. Consider for a moment the concept of energy. Energy, in its purest form, is neither good nor bad. It simply is. But the way we choose to channel this energy, that's where the difference lies. Imagine if all that energy spent on criticism and negativity was channeled into something positive, something constructive. The world would look markedly different, wouldn't it? But let's bring this back to our main players. Schofield and Wootton, who persist in their relentless criticism of Harry and Meghan, are expending an enormous amount of energy on something that is, at its core, negative. they are fueling a fire of negativity that could potentially burn them in return. It's not just the target of their criticism that suffers. They too are at risk. This isn't just a matter of karma or poetic justice. It's a matter of mental and physical health. Studies have shown that harboring negativity can lead to increased stress, decreased immune function, and even heart disease. It's a toxic cycle, one that is as harmful to the individual as it is to those they target. So, are Schofield and Wootten setting themselves up for a similar fate as Clarkson? Are they unknowingly sowing the seeds of their own downfall with each negative word they utter? It's a chilling thought, but one that cannot be dismissed out of hand. Are Schofield and Wootten setting themselves up for a similar fate as Clarkson? Only time will tell. Clarkson's situation serves as a cautionary tale for those who trade in negativity. Indeed, it's a stark reminder of the potential harm that can come from spreading negativity. We've all heard the saying, "What goes around comes around," a phrase that, in essence, encapsulates the concept of karma. And it seems Clarkson's tale is a testament to this universal principle. Now let's take a moment to reflect on this. Here we have a man who, for years, has used his platform to disseminate vitriol, particularly towards Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Yet, as he finds himself in the throes of a health crisis, one can't help but ponder the potential connection between his persistent negativity and his current predicament. This isn't to suggest that every negative person will face a similar fate, nor is it to imply that every person who suffers ill health or misfortune is a victim of their own negativity. But it does serve as a sobering reminder of the potential consequences of consistently exuding hostility and ill will. The universe has a way of balancing the scales, of ensuring that actions have consequences, and for those who consistently sow seeds of negativity, the harvest can be bitter indeed. Clarkson's tale is a poignant reminder of this. It's a reminder that the energy we put into the world has a way of coming back to us. Those who persist in their attacks on others, who use their platforms to spread hatred and discord, would do well to heed this cautionary tale. It's easy to get caught up in the thrill of controversy, the allure of sensationalism. But at what cost? Is the fleeting satisfaction of a scathing remark or a biting critique worth the potential backlash of the universe? The price of hatred is high, and Clarkson's situation is a stark reminder of this. So let's choose to spread positivity instead of negativity, love instead of hate. For in the grand scheme of things, we are all interconnected, and the energy we put out into the world invariably finds its way back to us. As we draw this discussion to a close, let's consider the broader implications of our story. We've followed the path of Jeremy Clarkson, whose relentless negativity towards Harry and Meghan has coincided with a personal downturn in his health. A twist of karmic justice, perhaps, or a stark warning of the physical toll that such persistent vitriol can take. We've also examined the continued barrage of criticism from figures such as KINSEY Schofield and Dan Wootton. Despite the evident choice of Harry and Meghan to distance themselves from such toxicity, these individuals persist in their attacks. Their seemingly tireless efforts to critique and belittle serve as a troubling example of the pervasive negativity that can permeate our social sphere. The question we must ask ourselves as we reflect on these narratives is what the potential consequences of such relentless negativity could be. Could we, like Clarkson, find ourselves facing unforeseen challenges as a result of our own harsh words and criticisms? Could our actions, like those of Schofield and Wootten, lead us down a path of negativity that ultimately harms us more than it harms those we target? These are not comfortable questions, but they are important ones. We must consider the potential repercussions of our actions, particularly when those actions are grounded in negativity and criticism. We must remember that our words have power, and that they can impact not only those we direct them towards, but ourselves as well. So let us strive to use our words wisely, to foster understanding rather than division, and to build bridges rather than walls. Let's remember the cautionary tale of Jeremy Clarkson and the potential fate that awaits those who persist in their negativity. Thanks for tuning in today, and remember to subscribe, like and share our content. Until next time, goodbye and take care.